Hi friends, and welcome back to Lily's reading. Today we're going to do a general love reading for all the water zodiac signs. For those of you that don't know who the water zodiac signs are, they are the Cancer, Pisces, and the Scorpios. So cross watchers, I invite all of you. So welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. We're going to start off. This is actually going to be the Cancer, this is going to be the Pisces, and then this one is going to be for Scorpio. So if one of these are resonating with you and the others are not, then just fast forward. I will never know and I will never judge you. All right, so let's jump in and see where we're going. And this is, remember, it is a general love reading for the Cancer. All right, so here we have is separation, and the time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So I feel like, with this being said, it can go either way. It could be that for some of you, you could be in a third party situation and it's letting you know about the separation that is here, because that's kind of what I saw when I was throwing down the cards. Or it's telling you that you and your partner are, it's almost like you and your partner are getting fed up and you guys are getting ready to separate. There's something that's getting ready to happen. Okay, so you guys could be dealing with, because in the cards as I threw them down, I already have them ready. You guys could be dealing with earth signs, air signs, and fire signs, which are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then we have the Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Okay, and I'm going to give you this reading, and then I'm going to clarify just, you know, with some cards we're going to go a little bit deeper, and then I'm going to get some advice. So stick around, because sometimes the advice can be very helpful, especially if you're going or you're living this actual situation. So here we have is the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is, someone could be wanting more from this relationship. Someone could be wanting or asking for more, and your partner is not giving you what you are deserved of. They're only giving you a little bit in this relationship, knowing that they could fully put themselves into this relationship. They're only giving you a little bit, and it feels like they're just giving you breadcrumbs. So it's like you're asking questions, you want to do things, and they're kind of beating around the bush because they don't have time for you. With you, it's almost like they're wearing a body of armor. They are, you know, when they're sleeping, it's like they're sleeping with one eye open. It's like the comfortability at home is no longer stable. So this feels like it's kind of ending before it even begins type of feeling, or maybe it's just a relationship that has been dragged out for a very long time. This could also be a story behind the scenes of spirit needing you to know that, you know, maybe them and their partner are going through something, and, like, you know, they're not getting the full story out, or maybe things at their home life is just, you know, it's not the way that it's that it looks on the outside. Maybe them, you know, they are sleeping with their armor on and they just don't like what's going on anymore, you know. So, and when I do see the Four of Swords, you know, it's like he or she, I can't really tell who is underneath here, but it's not gender specific, right? We'll just say they. It's like they are sleeping with a sword on the side. They've got some swords up here, you know, they have an armor on. So it's like that. I mean, if you were sleeping like that, would you consider that to be comfortable? I wouldn't, because it's like they're always getting ready to fight. There's always an argument. They're always have their, you know, defenses have to be up. There's always something in between. And what this feels like is there is an inner battle. There's an inner battle, and there are tons of meaningless conversations and things that just kind of get wung his way or your way or their way. It just kind of, you know, it's like we're throwing out conversations where they mean absolutely nothing. And this person is looking at, you know, because swords are about conversation, taking action, being in charge, leadership. So it's like this person is looking at all these swords and they're kind of disappointed. I get the feeling of them being hurt, you know, and there's an inner battle that's going on within this person, which is why you have the, you know, the card on the top that literally says, like, it's almost like it's time for a separation. It's right there. It's on the horizon. Both of you guys are actually been thinking about it. Or, like I said, this is spirit that is telling you a story about a third party. There's something going on, and you need to know that. There is something that is being said. There are hurtful things that are being said within that relationship. They're getting ready to make a move, and they don't know exactly how to make that move, but eventually it is going to happen. All right, so let's go a little bit deeper. So, Right here at the bottom of the card, you see that? The bottom of the deck. It's like they've put their emotions down, they've put their cup down, and they are walking away. So this person is tired. They just don't want to do this anymore. So they're, walking away, and where they're walking to, there's sun here. So they're walking towards healing, they're walking towards happiness, they're walking towards relief. So spirit guides and angels, give us more to this story. It's so funny because when I see this card, other people see it, one way. I always see it a different way. But I look at this card. Let me know if you're reading cards and you see this too. But I always look at the Knight of Pentacles as in being breadcrumbs. It's like only being told lies, or not the full story, or like it's something that it doesn't make any sense, so therefore within these lies, I don't remember which one came out first, but it doesn't really matter because I'm going off of energy here. But with this, being breadcrumbed, it is like someone is very unbalanced, and maybe they're just juggling way too much, or there's something going on where they just don't feel like they belong because of the breadcrumbing. And this causes a lot of major conflicts at night. Major, maybe they're not sleeping well, maybe even if they've been dreaming of, you're dreaming of them, or they're dreaming of you, or maybe they're, I just want to throw this out there, but if we're thinking that we can't find our person in a dream, this could be blockages, and the blockages has something to do with them is because of the conflicts that are going on at home. They're shutting down and they're not sleeping well. They might not even be sleeping at all for them to travel and to talk to you. All right, so let's get some advice and see where we go from here. So spirit guides and angels, what is your advice to the people who are watching? Also, I do want to put this in here too. I don't know why, but I just seem to be looking at the bottom of the deck today, which is, this is an offer. This is something that is brand new. This is something that, there's a seed that's getting ready to be planted, is what I feel. Here's the roots right here. But I also feel like it's big money too. I don't know why. For some of you, there might be something that involves money. So if some of you are in your relationship and you don't know how to get out, it might have something that has to do with money. So spirit guides and angels, give us a little bit, no, actually give us some advice, please. Give us some advice. This is a marriage. This is a marriage. This is stability. This is happiness. This is, it's everything. But there are major changes that are going on within this state. They're working with divine. Divine is actually helping them, and it's almost like maybe divine is shaking shit up because divine knows that they're, you and them, or they and whoever it is, they're not supposed to be together. It's like this is coming to an end. There are major shifts that are happening within this, how do you call it, in this marriage. So spirit is telling you, this is the advice that spirit is telling you, especially if you're in a third party situation. Spirit is telling you to hold on. They're telling you to hold on. For others of you that are not in a third party situation and you're going through something similar to this and you're trying to figure out what's going on, there are major shifts that are going on in your life, and spirit is telling you, remember at the end of the deck I said something about money, right? Spirit is telling you to hold on to everything that you have, because you want to make sure that you are the one who is coming out on top as well. So if you guys are going to end up going through a divorce or a separation or something, and it's going to get messy, spirit is telling you to hold on to everything that you have. Don't give it out. All right, you guys, that's all I have for Cancer. I'm going to move into the Pisces and see where we go from there, because in Pisces, it's talking about a retreat. Right? It's time to disconnect from the world. Now, when I see this, I can give this also to you in two different ways, right? You can be retreating with your partner, getting vacation time, getting some alone time, there's something, or you can just be retreating yourself. If you guys are a couple and you guys are not together, it's like spirit is telling you to retreat. Get away from this relationship. It's time for you to start healing. It's time for you to, start moving on and finding your happiness. There's something that is definitely going on here. Now let's get to the bottom and figure this out. And I'm always interested. So if this is your story, any one of these stories, please do chime in and let me know. You don't have to tell me if you're embarrassed or whatnot. Just say the zodiac sign that you are. You know, I'm always curious because I always want to know if I'm doing the right job in giving you the message that Spirit needs you to hear. All right. So now with these 4 cards that I have here, you could be dealing with an earth sign and air sign. You do have your Tower in here. Okay. And this is another earth sign here. So you could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or we have an Aries, Scorpio, Aquarius. All right. So with that being said, it's the Ace of Pentacles comes in, and the Ace of Pentacles wants something new. They want something that is brand new, and it's like they want another chance at something. But the Two of Swords is a difficult decision that this person needs to make. They need to make the decision of, are they going to really be in? Are they going to give it their all? Do they want to be with you? Because I'm looking at this as in, if you guys are a couple, does your person actually want this? And that's the new thing, because to them this is completely different for them. So it's like they're putting in offers, but it also feels like when your person wants to be with you and they want to put in that offer, it's like they feel like it's too much work. It's almost like the feeling of them being lazy, not wanting to give you everything. It's like they want to be with you. They want things to work. They want something brand new between the both of you. But it's like they just don't want to put in all the work. So that's where you have that Tower moment that talks of a split. Because here's someone who's putting in all the work, but she's putting in all the work by herself. She's growing the flowers. She's growing the pentacles that are coming from the tree. She's doing all this thing. And then here we have is a split, because you cannot do everything by yourself, is what Spirit is saying. And that's why this relationship will not work. Now, if your person chooses to 50-50 with you, then yes, you wouldn't have a Tower moment here. But if your person is choosing to not 50-50 with you, and they're making up 101 excuses, and they're just using you for benefits, then no, this situation is not going to work. You cannot drag this out. And that's where it's saying to retreat. So, you know, as I said in the beginning, a lot of you might want to start backing out of this relationship before it goes any deeper, because you're going to get hurt, right? So let's go a little bit deeper and see where this story is going. So Spirit Guides and Angels, and here we have at the bottom of the deck, which is the Star. This is your fulfillment. This is everything you want. So you're probably like, okay, Lily, what are you talking about? I love my person. This is everything. But, you know, in here it shows in the surface, yes, this person might be everything that you manifested, everything that you've ever wanted. But if you're doing all the work, where do they come in at play? Let's dive deeper, all right? Let's see what else is going to happen. So Spirit Guides and Angels, what else do they need to know? All right, so your person has been doing this for a very long time. They like the young life. They like living without responsibilities. They like living the way that they are, or they don't want to be controlled, or it's something that they don't like being told what to do. They just like to come and go. So do they love you? Yes, they do. They really, truly do love you. But I feel like it's hard for them, because here is the Five of Pentacles. Someone who might have the upbringing. Their upbringing came from poverty, right? This is, you know, talks about Five Pentacles where someone's head is down, but it also might have to do with someone who is always looking in on their own selves, always thinking about their own selves. And here it is with the Empress. So it's like they want something new. They want a new beginning. They want to create and they want to continue, but they are very hard-headed. They are very stuck in their beliefs because they've been doing this since they were young. They've always been in charge. They don't want to be told what to do. Where this Page of Wands comes with an immaturity. They might like the sex, you know, or they might like the honeymoon stage, we'll say, because wands are about passion. It's kind of like being with the cups, right? But it's like they like feeling young. They like the happiness. They don't want to be challenged. They don't want to be told what to do, because that is not happiness to them. So Spirit Guides and Angels, let's see. At the bottom of the deck again, we have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is someone who rules with their heart, but it's also someone who needs to get their point across. They need clarity because someone is drowning in their own emotions, to where this is saying you need clarity and you need to get your point across, and you need to be direct, and you need to put your foot down, okay? So spirit guides and angels, what is your advice? For a lot of you, there is transformation, but transformation in a way of like, this is not going to work. We have, you know, tower moment that was on the bottom. Then we have tower moment that is here on the top again, right? I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but for a lot of you, it's like you rushed into this and you're now taking the brunt of a certain situation. This has you up all night. You're not sleeping. You're not doing good. You're having ruminating thoughts, right? But here's the rush of the Chariot. We need to get you to move forward instead of being stuck in this type of energy. So here is the Three of Swords, and then we have the Tower. There's a lot of anxiety, which is why you don't want to break up with your person, because you don't want to have to relive something that you have lived before in your past. There's a lot of trigger moments that come with this, so therefore you're holding on, and you're holding on really, really tight to this person, you know? So, you know, you got to ask yourself, right? I can tell you what to do, or Spirit can tell you what to do, but you're also born with free will. Just know, like, Spirit is giving you, you know, what they feel is going to happen. Yes, you can try to keep growing, you know, butterflies. You can try to keep, you know, growing grass on a bark that is already broken and there's no roots, because the, you know, lightning has come through and has broken this tree. So there's a lot of anxiety because you're trying to piece together, or you're trying to make things work where it's not going to work. Again, you cannot do 100% of the job. Your partner is going to have to foot the bill, or foot the other part of that 50 to be in your life if this is going to work for you. So that is a decision that you're going to have to make on your own. But Spirit is telling you, if you stay in this, it's not going to be happy things. Okay, so now this is all I have for Pisces. Let's move on to Scorpio. Scorpio talks about reconciliation. Someone from your past is definitely coming back. Maybe they want to apologize. Maybe they want to be with you. Maybe they, you know, want to catch up on old times. But it seems like, I feel like you were with this person and you ended things. This person is coming back because it's like they recognize. See her, here we have is the Death, but you see the girl, she's like on her knees and she's talking to Death. Please take me back. Please bring me back to the real world. Please give me, please. And Death is like, I don't know. I don't know if you're worth it. And you could actually be that Death and saying, I don't know. I don't know if I want to take you back, because your person has woke up and realized that you are their person. This is where this is coming from. So for those of you, I mean, we have water, we have death, we have earth, and then we have the air sign in here, right? So water, again, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Death card is a Scorpio. Earth card is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And then we have the air, which are your swords. It's the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that you guys could be dealing with. All right, so let's move down to the bottom to where it shows like your person, or it could be you. It's two different ways that I'm seeing this. Is someone is very materialistic. They could be selfish. You know, if you look at the Four of Pentacles in reverse, this is the energy that I get off of this. And so therefore, because of the selfishness, it caused a lot of fights where your person, you know, kept coming back, and another thing, and another thing. And it's like you guys kept going round and round in circles where you put an end to this. And you're like, no, this isn't going to work. Now this, I feel like, is telling a backstory to where now it's roles are in reverse, because now I feel like when this person comes back, you're going to be the one holding back. You're not selfish. It just shows her holding on to a bunch of pentacles, not willing to give up anything. So it's like, yeah, you might be the one who's ready to fight because you're angry about a lot of things that happen, but it's also that you're still not willing. I feel like instead of it being like the Four of Swords with the armor, I feel like it kind of is that Four of Swords where you're holding back your emotions, you're holding back your thoughts, you're holding back a lot of things, but you have a lot of anger to give. So let's go deeper and see where we're going with this. Spirit guides, at the bottom of the deck, it's the High Priestess, just so that you know, which means a lot of you are elevating, a lot of you have your crown chakra open, a lot of you are getting divine messages. Maybe you're receiving messages in your sleep because she has her eyes closed, which indicates to me that Spirit is getting through some way, one way or another, okay? Spirit guides and angels. What else? What else? King of Cups, he rules with his heart. He's also sitting in his emotions, and he is afraid to look in the cup. He is afraid to see what is going on within this love life. He's afraid to acknowledge a lot of things because he's sitting in his emotions. That's all that water that's around him. And he's like touching the cup. So now, if a lot of you that don't know what scrying is, please do look it up, because I always use my King of Cups as in scrying, because he's touching the water inside the cup. And it's almost like he has a fear to know his future. And that's why I say it's kind of like he's like, ugh, like I don't really want to know because I've been hurt. I've been hurt in a toxic relationship. So therefore, this person who is coming back to you has hurt you in such a way. You know, you look at the death card, you have narcissists, you know, maybe toxic behaviors, smoking weed, drinking, you know, it's just everything that is negative, to self-sabotage, which is a lighter way of saying, but this person might have fallen in love, but they were self-sabotaging the love relationship as well. So now scrying is, going back to that, scrying is when you are concentrating. You can do it with water, you can do it with a black screen at home, shut your TV off, you can do it in fire. It just depends where you're choosing to concentrate. Now he's doing it by looking, he's meditating, he's looking at water, and he's asking a question, and he's getting his answers out of the water by using his intuition, by keeping his crown chakra open, right? Where did I see, oh, at the bottom of the deck, remember I told you that that person was receiving answers from a higher divine or higher power. A lot of you could actually be receiving information this way is by scrying. Now, where you are right now in life, it shows that you walked away after being betrayed, after being hurt, but it's also showing that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. You walked towards something better, something that you know, Spirit led you to. So you might be single, you might be with someone else, but whatever the case may be, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Spirit guides and angels, what is your advice for this person? Again, at the bottom of the deck, 8 of Cups. It's like you put this cup down and you walked away. You're completely done with this situation. If your person is not coming to you correct, it's not worth it. What is your advice, Spirit guides and angels? I thought I saw one flip, but it didn't fully flip. What is your advice, Spirit guides and angels? Here we go. Oh, here it is. The Moon card speaks of secrecy. It speaks of, I'm going to give it to you in such a way because it speaks of secrecy, things that are happening behind the scenes. Maybe Spirit is, or Divine is, you know, they're mastering something for you. They're going or getting ready to give you something, but they want to know if you can be true to your own words. So if this person is coming back, it's almost like you're going to have to cut this person out of your life, and you might have to do it slowly. You might have to show that you are disinterested in this person, because the Moon speaks of secrecy, but it also speaks of blockage. So maybe their actual words, Spirit's trying to tell you, that can help you with this situation and help move it along, so that way you don't have to keep hurting every time this person reaches out to you or tries to come back to you. Is they're saying block this person. Block this person, because here is the Page of Cups. Your person is coming back and they still got 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door. This feet is not even connected to him. That's why I always say, you know, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or, you know, it could be like wet feet, cold feet, whatever it is, because he's sitting in the air, or, you know, he's sitting somewhere, but there's ocean in the back. So wet feet, right? But I feel like, with that being said, I feel like you need to block this person because they're not coming back any different. They're coming back, but they're running. They're not here to stay. And they're going to do the same thing that they did to you before. They're going to see you in spurts. I'll see you today. Maybe I won't see you in the next month. I'll see you the month after. Maybe I won't see you in 3 months. And then it keeps on going and it keeps on spreading. Spirit is saying, like, if you keep reliving this, you're not going to find what is new for you. You're not going to find what you're deserving of. So Spirit is telling you that this relationship needs to end. They're trying to help you and telling you what to do. But again, you were born with free will. All right, you guys, this is all that I have for you. I really do hope that you enjoyed these readings, and I hope that you enjoyed the lessons within, the advice within. If it wasn't for you, then I will not be me. So continue to please like me, please follow me, please share my page. It helps me get out there into the world more. I give you only what Spirit is telling me to give you. So I will see you all on the next one. Bye.